With the release of Ho-Oh and also a big new balance patch, it is time for a new tier list video. And you can see it's a bit different right now. This time I already have my final tier list at the start of the video while I slowly explain a few things. I'm going to try to keep the video a bit short now in general. I know attention spans are pretty bad nowadays, mine included, like watching longer videos can be a bit of a drag, and in general tier list videos don't have great watch time. So I'm just going to try to just have a few things right now mentioned that I think are important, and certain things they're always the same, right? For example, like Cinderace being a bad path Pokemon hasn't changed. And as always, we have two tier lists, one for top and bot path, and one for central. I don't want to mix those up because it's very, very different where you pick your Pokemon. So, for the S tier, there's currently no God tier Pokemon, I would say. There's nothing S+, nothing God tier. The game is actually quite fine. Miraidon after the nerfs, still in S tier. Leafeon, if you play Razor Leaf, is still S tier as well. Just do not play Solar Blade. Solar Blade is probably D tier or C tier. So make sure you play Razor Leaf and Aerial Ace. Mewtwo, Exertion, the 2EX Pokemon are still top tier currently as well, after other things also got nerfed a tiny bit. Blaziken, just one of the best Pokemon right now. Slowbro, Trevenant as well, the two best defender Pokemon. Trevenant, even though it got nerfed like 2 patches ago, it doesn't matter. You load into a game, they have a melee Pokemon, or your melee Pokemon, you see Trevenant, you already know you're not going to have a good time. And I think Blissey, Hooper are just the two best supports right now that make life very easy. You can already see I have Ho placed up here. And, oh wait, Ho, I have to move it a bit. Looks like it's blocking Hooper a bit. There we go. Ho, I would say I put into S tier for now because it has a very broken kit, but it's not a great solo queue Pokemon. I think in general, definitely S tier when it comes to more coordinated teams. And then solo queue, probably B, but I do have to rank it in the highest tier just because it is very strong. It is very strong, but it's not going to carry solo queue games. Definitely not. It's not a good solo queue Pokemon, but it's still a very, very strong and very busted Pokemon. Like I said before, it's kind of broken and not broken at the same time, because you kind of need your allies to go down to revive them. You don't have like a proactive unite move, right? Your allies first have to go down, then you have to use it, and if your allies are useless, it doesn't even matter much anyway, especially in solo queue sometimes. So you might just be reviving your Goilgetter Greninja. Nothing you're really too happy about. So yeah, but I definitely think Ho-Oh is definitely very, very, very strong. Go to A, we have some attacker right here. I moved Cram from S to A tier. For example, I moved Delphox from B to A tier. I moved Sylveon from S to A tier. Because of balance changes, right? Hyper Voice got nerfed, and 1 second is a high nerf. Like 1 second less cooldown on Hyper Voice is a big nerf. On the other hand, Delphox got a buff, so moved up a bit with Fire Blast, Fire Spin. Super annoying build right now. Even Fire Spin and Mystic Fire is also super strong. So definitely a good Pokemon right now. Venusaur, Slush from Solar Beam, currently one of the top performing builds. Snipe Shot and Tillion is always a safety. Chandelure also got buffed, so I'm also going to move it back into A tier, even though in top and bot path it can struggle sometimes. Phalanx could still be S tier, but I'm really not sure about it. I put it into A for now, but it could still be S. Then we have a Cerulege moving up. I think it's pretty good right now, and Cerulege is definitely destroying rank games here and there. It can snowball games quite hard. I do still prefer it in Central Area, where I put it into S tier. You can see right here, I put it into the S tier when it comes to Central Area, because I think that's even, I mean, it's very busted in Central Area. Garchomp, people always hate my Garchomp placement, but with Muscle Band being buffed, Rapid Fire Scarf being buffed, now all his basic attacks that splash, and he has a pretty big splash range as well, apply Muscle Band and Rapid Fire Scarf accordingly to how it should be. So you can also scoop up 3 Pokemon at the same time, do 1 basic attack, and Rapid Fire Scarf is instantly activated. Zoroark into A, I think is fine. Umbreon probably could also maybe still be S tier, but I think A is a bit more fair. Dodrio is probably my favorite lane speedster currently. I just think Leafeon is too disgusting to play, so I just play some but Dodrio is also still disgusting. Doesn't matter what, even after the Tri-Attack nerfs. Crush is very strong. Clefable, I think, is back in business. Moonlight Gravity is good. Even Draining Kiss has a good chance. And then we have classic Mr. Mime right here with Hooper and with Comfey and Eldegoss. Some other placements, I moved Muscarada down. I feel like Path Muscarada really doesn't hit the same. When it comes to jungle, I still have Muscarada in A tier. I think that's still totally fair. Mew is still a good competitive Pokemon, but in ranked, it's really just quite okay. I think B is quite fair for it. Pikachu with the buffs could even be A as well with the mage build, but sometimes it does struggle as well a lot. But I like Pikachu a lot, definitely. Flash Cannon Duraludon, I think is also quite B. Ninetales is alright, and Espeon could also probably still be somewhere between A and B. So like these right here are probably the top performing of this category when it comes to the B attacker. And there could even be easily A tier as well. Lucario, Azumarill, quite alright around us. We can see around our role is pretty stacked right now. We have a lot of very strong around us in the game. Sableye quite underrated, Lapras underrated. Definitely, I think, good placement for them. Mimikyu in lane, I still really don't like. It just needs a lot of experience to really get those one-shots in, but it can still, of course, get work done. Buzzwole, last time I placed a bit too low. Definitely I think last time I had it in MD, so this time I put Buzzwole back into C tier, I think is a bit more fair. Blastoise as well, I think I might have had into D, also putting it back into C tier, with the other defender that currently are just not on the same level as Slowbro, Trevenant, Crustle, and Umbreon. Might be weird to see Lapras up here, but I do think Lapras is actually stronger than those, personally, and can also have much more proactive game-winning plays in teamfights. Charizard, I moved from E into D tier, for the basic reason that he just got buffed, and level 7 is not that difficult to reach, and its Unite move is just better now, so I do think it's not like super trolling, but picking Charizard in Path is still not great either. Predator has dropped a lot as well. Definitely cannot really recommend him playing in Path again. Like anything that's in D, I wouldn't really recommend playing. Goodra as well, by far the worst defender. Definitely needs some buffs. Absol in lane, not the greatest. Zeraora is just very mid right now, just so outclassed by all these other melee Pokemon, I feel like. And those Shifus in lane, even though they got buffed, of course, you don't play them in lane. Instead, you know, in jungle, I think Surging Strikes with Shifus either S or A tier. Still need a bit more data and a bit more play on this patch to really figure that one out. So we're going to head towards the central area tier list now for a few explanations. As you can see, in S tier I have Miraidon still, got Blaziken, Mimikyu this time in S tier, Sterilage S, Zacian, Leafeon, and Zoroark. I think all those Pokemon really snowball games and just take over them. So much mobility, so much damage, good Unite moves as well in team fights with a lot of damage, and just very early, strong power spikes. Except for maybe Blaziken, but jungle just helps Blaziken to get to level 8 so fast, which it really needs, and it can just take over objectives like it's nothing. And then we have, like, just again, all these around us right here. I think Charizard definitely is also back into A tier. I think I might have even had him into A tier last time still as well. Got a lot of value on this patch. Surging Strikes Urshifu is back to being playable. So if you want to play Surging Strikes Urshifu again, you definitely can. I think Dark Bear is still a bit behind. The two Mewtwo's in Central Area I really dislike. I think they're quite, they're quite mid in Central Area. It just takes so long to clear. But honestly, actually Mewtwo X probably should be A tier when it comes to Central Area. It does clear faster than Y, but Y is really a struggle when you play it in Central Area. Down here we have some you just shouldn't be playing, and yeah, Duraludon has fallen off a lot when it comes to Central Area, as Dragon Pulse just is not good right now. I mean, Dragon Pulse's ability is good, but they nerfed attack speed, boosted auto attack damage so much by Duraludon that it doesn't really matter. All these basic attack Pokemon struggle. You can see it's a very like bursty melee 7 heavy meta, right? Cerulege, Mimikyu, Electro Drift, Leafeon, Zoroark, like Dragapult, Decidueye, Cinderace, Greninja have a very difficult time to even basic attack anything. You're gonna get one shot by one Solar Beam, you get one shot by one Flamethrower, there's Fire Spins around. Like, it's super, super difficult. Speedsters are super popular. It's just very difficult for those Pokemon to play the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this bit of different tier list. Please let me some suggestions if you guys like this more than the other version. And as always, let me know in the comments what you agree and disagree with. And I see you guys in the next video. Bye!